That was an absolutely terrible game. That was a trash game. And yet that could have been the most important game of the year. A trash game against a trash team could potentially be the turning point of the year. That's incredible. Dak Prescott was absolutely ass this game. The offense in general was just ass. But when we needed him most, he came in clutch. Dak Prescott was absolutely phenomenal on that 98-yard drive. He was absolutely phenomenal. You can be ass all game long, but when you can win like that, when you can galvanize your team like that, I will give you a pass any fucking day of the week. Dak Prescott was fucking tremendous. Tremendous. This is what we need from him going forward. We don't need the ass play, but when games are on the line, Dak, we need you to do this. This was sensational. I am running out of fucking adjectives to give praise to this man. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He ran, he threw it in tight windows. He did everything fucking necessary to win this game on that last drive. And he pulled through. Thank God. Thank fucking God. Dak Prescott, please, for the life of me, do this. If you can do this, man, if you can just get it all together and make it all work, son, you can take us places. I am proud of you. I've been Dak's biggest critic for the longest. Games like this make me a believer. If y'all didn't see that 98-yard drive, that was something, that was sheer brilliance. It almost makes me want to cry, man. I'm not going to lie. That was, thank you, Dak Prescott. Thank you. Thank you. Noah Brown had himself a pretty good game. That catch he made on that 98-yard drive, I'm like, how did he hold on to that? How did man, the Texans were bringing the fucking heat all game long. They were bringing it. They were not going to just roll over and die. They played their hearts out. Shout out to the Texans. They were laying the wood all game long. Noah Brown, I don't know how he came down with that catch. Dalton Schultz, the play after, had an amazing catch. I'm like, how are these brothers holding on to this football? They are getting lit up. And then Michael Gallup, do I think that was a touchdown? He didn't get 2 feet down. But my thing is this: once you have the ball in your control and you cross the plane, that's it. But obviously when it comes to catching the football, it's a different story. My thing is, I always thought if you have the ball and you cross the plane, that's it. That's what I thought. So that's why I thought that was a touchdown. But I was wrong. Hey, but he got lit up. That's why he wasn't able to maintain possession to the ground and he wasn't able to get 2 feet down. He got lit up. The Texans were bringing the fucking hammer. We survived. This was a terrible game, but we survived. And just to see the guts of Dak Prescott, that was phenomenal, man. That was just, I'm going to say this, brothers. And you know I've been on Cooper Rush's side for a while now. He wouldn't have been able to win us this game. He wouldn't have been able to win us this game. He wouldn't have been able to do what Dak Prescott did today. That's why Dak is the starter. That's why Dak, even though I still don't agree with the contract, that's why Dak got paid the big bucks. He's capable of doing that. Cooper Rush isn't. And I love Cooper Rush. But I'm going to admit it. There's no way he would have done that. 98 yards down the field? 98 yards down the field? Oh, man. The defense didn't save us. The running backs didn't save us. The coaches didn't save us. Dak Prescott saved us. He fucking did it. He almost gave the game away. But when it mattered most, he did it. Now, of course, I need to walk back a little bit. I said the defense didn't save us. Technically, the defense did save us. Before the 98-yard drive, the Texans, they were on the doorstep, decided to go for it on fourth down. Now, when they called the timeout, I was like, okay, you know what? They're gonna reconsider. They're gonna kick the field goal, and they're gonna be up by 6 points. They were like, no, we're gonna go for it on 4th and 2. Okay, we have nothing to play for. If we give them this ball now, they're going to try to march it down the field and beat us anyway, so we're going to go for a touchdown. And the defense did come up with a spectacular stop after Dak Prescott threw a pick. After he threw that pick, the Texans had a short field. They got it, at the 10-yard line? So for the defense to step up and stop them right there, that was tremendous. So I need to walk that back. I need to slow my roll. Defense did save us today. But that was the penultimate saving. The ultimate saving was Dak Prescott. He made up for everything he did wrong in the game with that 98-yard drive. Because the defense can save you. They can save you. But you still have to come up with some plays on a 98. You have to drive up 98 yards down the field. Defense can't do that. It's all up to Dak Prescott, and he fucking did it. He fucking did it. Brothers, the Texans almost sent our ass to the shadow realm. But thank God the defense stepped up when it mattered most, and Dak Prescott did his thing. You know, the reason why the Texans were such a tough out today was because, number one, I'm pretty sure the defense was like, they were alternating quarterbacks. They had Davis Mills and they have Jeff Driscoll like coming in and out of the game. They alternating throughout the game, alternating quarterbacks. So I know that threw the defense off, that threw the coordinators off, and they're just like, what the fuck? Because they're two different play styles. Jeff Driscoll is that more athletic type of guy, and he has a huge arm. I remember when he played for the Detroit Lions a few years back, he just launched one up, and he has some tremendous arm strength. Jeff Driscoll can throw a bomb out there. He can. So you got to deal with this athletic quarterback who can throw a bomb, and then you got Davis Mills. And so I know that kind of like messed with the coordinators and the Cowboys defense. I know it did, because you have to adjust to do two different quarterbacks, two different play styles. I know they didn't study for Jeff Driscoll as well. They didn't study for him today. They were more focused. They were like, Davis Mills is a starter. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys were laser focused on him. They had everything set up for him. But they threw a wrench into the plans, the Texans, Lovie Smith, and they threw Jeff Driscoll in there. And Jeff Driscoll was making some plays. He is a serviceable backup. Jeff Driscoll will never be a serviceable starter. But he is a decent backup in this league. That's why he's still in the league. So I know that threw them off. And then Dak Prescott, for most parts of the game, were making errant throws, throwing it behind the throwing it behind the receivers, throwing it out like out of reach. Like the receivers have to go to the second level to just try to make a decent catch. You know, he was all over the place today. But like I said, when it mattered most, he did his thing. Thank fucking God. The backs, for the most part, were pretty good. We couldn't really give them a huge dose of Tony Pollard and Zeke. Even though Tony Pollard and Zeke, they did their thing today, we couldn't give them a huge dose of them because we were playing largely, not playing catch-up. That's not, I don't like to say catch-up because we were in the game the entire time. We just didn't have the lead. I would say it was just, it wasn't feasible for us looking at the clock. Because we know the Texans are going to run out the clock. They're going to chew up as much game as they possibly can. And we can't do the same thing, so we have to rely on Dak Prescott. We have to. We can't just feed and then we're running out of fucking clock. We can't keep doing that shit. We couldn't do that shit in this game. The game dictated different things, and we needed something different from Dak Prescott. Thank God he delivered. When it comes to the playoffs, and we're in a similar situation like this, hopefully Dak Prescott can look back on this game and he can, you know what, I did it before, I'm going to do it again. Dak Prescott is our only hope. We only go as far as he can throw us. The playoffs is more about the run game, but at the end of the day, teams with the best quarterback usually wins. The teams with the best quarterback usually wins, and we need Dak to be the best quarterback. That's what we need him to be. And damn it, he fucked up the entire game until that 98-yard drive, and he came in clutch. That was top tier. I keep harking back on Dak Prescott's 98-yard drive because it was that fucking phenomenal. That was exquisite. That was simply fucking, that was artwork. That was the fucking Picasso right there. Like, that had Michelangelo written all over it. That was beautiful what Dak did on that last fucking drive. Absolutely sensational. That's what we need. If Dak can clean up the mistakes but keep that clutchness within him that he did today, he can do that. We can go far, brothers. We can finally make it to the NFC Championship game. Now, I know you got a lot of haters that are going to be like, he did this against the Texans. They're a one-win team. Slow down, slow down. I understand it's the Texans, but you have to watch the game. You can't go by their record. If you watch the game, the Texans were on it today. They brought their best. You can't go by the record, man. Look what you see. You got to see. Use your eyes. The eye test. The Texans look like a ball club fighting to get into the playoffs. They were eliminated last week. But if you look at them today, they were playing with a desperation of we're trying to get into the fucking playoffs. That's what they looked like. Can't go by records. This team brought the heat. They threw the kitchen sink at us, and we survived. That's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. Just survive. And I'm glad we did. Thank God. It would have been this would have been worse than the Packers. Losing to your in-state rival at home, and they only have one game under their belt, one win under their belt. This would have been a demoralizing loss. We would have been 3 games behind the fucking Eagles because the Giants are fucking useless. The Giants are fucking useless. I said it. You mean to tell me you can't win one game against the fucking Eagles and you're fighting for your playoff lives as well? You get fucking destroyed at home by the fucking Eagles? You didn't deserve to tie with the Redskins last week. Fucking pathetic. But I digress. We would have been 3 games behind the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. There's no way we would have been able to catch them. We're still in it. Thank fucking God. Thank the defense for stepping up when it mattered most. Thank you, Dak Prescott, for stepping up when it mattered most. I'm so glad this was an early game. I love early games. I get to get this shit out of the way and I get to enjoy the rest of my day. If this was Sunday night football, I don't think I would have been able to go to sleep, brothers. This game, I've rambled long enough. I'm just glad we escaped. We escaped being banished to the shadow realm. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.